Hello, hello. This is the Human Design Energy Report for January 17th, 2023. The sun is transitioning into Gate 60. Quantum Human Design calls it the Gate of Conservation. And our overall challenge throughout these next 6 days, what we really want to look at and observe, is to not let the fear of loss overwhelm your resourcefulness. To learn to find what is working and focus on it instead of looking at the loss and the disruption. Now, Gate 60 is coming from our root center, coming from that pressure gauge about our timing. And so really needing to trust in our resourcefulness, trust and know that we will have enough and we will be supported if we need more. And so we are just in our head center, the other pressure gauge about looking at our relationships in society and how we really externalize. And now we're really coming into the root center and looking at our timing, how we flow with life, how we go with life. And so regular human design, Ra calls this gate limitation, and actually Gene Keys actually might call this limitation. And so we're in the first line. That first line is that investigator, really learning about the energy. And so the key word here is acceptance. The ability to maintain inner harmony when confronted by external limitations. Harmonic energy that can deal with external limitations. The drive for diversity, when limited, can become restless and agitated. Restless energy when confronted with external limitations. And so how can we know with this energy of conservation, this gate of conservation, looking at that when other people might need something that we have, if we have enough to give, then we should. But at the same time, not always feel overly responsible. There's other ways that we can empower. It's not always our duty to give so much that we just do for others. We need to come back to learn how to teach and how to empower so that they learn a skill, a trait, and they can carry it on, right? Like to give a man a fish can last for a meal, to teach a man to fish can last forever, right? And so really looking at this as this kind of acceptance as well too, that sometimes if we can't give any more than what we can give, we have to know that we're doing our best, and we have to accept that other people are on their own journey and they have their own traumas, they have their own healings, they have their own backstory that we do not know. And we have to accept sometimes it may, in our perspective, look like a shitty hand that they were dealt, but it's the playing out of the bigger picture. And sometimes we have to look at that acceptance, right? As we investigate into this line and look at our resourcefulness and look at our resources and what we have and how we're either hoarding it or holding on to it, or are we using it in a sustainable way, and how can we really switch to it being more sustainable if we're not. And so we're doing a 3-card pull today. Let's see our first card coming from the Human Design deck. We get exploration, gate 36, coming from our solar plexus up into the throat, and really kind of allowing this exploration of acceptance, this exploration of even looking at our past patterns, our past stories, what we thought that we had to do because of maybe our conditioning, right? This main purpose of the human design is to learn to decondition all of the things, to come back to our natural state of just being. And so sometimes it's really exploring and looking at, is this really me? Is this something that I really want to fight for or try to do? Or can I just accept that this is for some people and it's not for me, and I can just move on and be and conserve my energy and go for it in a different way? We get the God the god Basmusvari. I'm gonna butcher the name, and I already did, and I'm trying to read it upside down. When it's a goddess, Bhuvaneshwari, the goddess of space and infinite possibilities. And so we need to create space between our breaths and between our thoughts. Life can get a little too crowded, and Bhusvardi is asking you to make space for your highest self to shine through. Notice your breath and its rhythm. Slow down each breath until you can feel the pause between the inhales and the exhales. Continue breathing deeply until it almost feels like you aren't breathing. The space has become longer and the breaths faint. This is how you experience the advanced state of meditation. And so sometimes to have this acceptance and to really lean into it, especially when it's something that is not our norm and we're trying to break out and we're trying to do something different, it's hard. And so the best way to do that is to come back to our breath and to be like, okay, this is hard. This is scary. This might be upsetting. It might be heavy. We can put a hand on our heart. We can put a hand on our stomach. We can breathe into it. We can feel into it. We can explore these feelings and see what they're doing for us and how they are asking us to recreate, to rewrite, right? And so really coming back to letting go and what is really us and what do we really truly need and to hold on to, because if we can let go of the things that aren't us, we create that space, we create that openness, and we get devotion. We create more room for love, more room for the devotion of the things that we love. We can put our energy into the things that we love. And that is what we should be doing. That is what we are truly here to do. And that when we are doing the things we love, we are coming back to conservation. We are being resourceful because it doesn't feel like work. It's something that is of service because we love to do it. We continue to do it because it helps us, it grounds us, it lights us up just being who we are. And that, coming back to that, accepting that just being who you are is all you need to be, is where we're trying to live, right? That is living in this true alignment. And so if these messages resonate with you, please subscribe to my channel. Please give me a thumbs up on this video. You can reach out to me via email to hear some of my private offerings that I may have, or even just to chat and look over your chart. Sending you all so much love.